Hello, everybody. Welcome into the Casual Sports Podcast. I'm Matt Morrison here with Mike Wolfgang. I know I like the rest of this week. Possibility we will not be here tomorrow and Friday. So there's plenty of stuff to talk about within those days to keep us occupied. But there's not a whole lot going on. With NBA got done and over with, we have the NBA draft, but that's at least for this week. So we're just gonna have to try and get through some stuff today. We'll think of something. We'll talk about anything we want. Mike, it's just me and you. Alex
Yep.
not on here. We'll have to think of something. But we are going to start out with hockey and then baseball, and then we'll talk a little draft, and then we'll see where the show takes us. We could talk about cooking for all.
There's some NFL news we could bring up.
We could talk about some NFL news. How about this? I was making burritos this morning at work.
Ooh, okay.
Prep. It's like 6 trays of burritos, man. I was going, man. So there's that. So Matt the chef.
Yeah, you said you want to talk about cooking. There we go.
Yeah. So I like cooking. I haven't been the store I work at is bouncing me around a lot. So wherever they need me to do, I'll do. I'll do deliveries. That's driving around, taking food to people. I'll do meat department. Mostly I wrap all the chicken and stuff like that. But they put me in the kitchen, and I have had kitchen experience there as well. So I kind of know what I'm doing, but I'm still willing to learn new things, which I'm definitely going to, because I don't know what to put in, taco, or put in, ground meat to make taco. Chilies, all these spices, taco spice, chili spice, garlic onion, garlic onion powder and garlic powder, all that stuff. You throw it in there and you stir that up. It was good. It was good. But first time making burritos, pretty much.
You have to teach us how, Matt.
Yeah, I'll have to get the directions. But let's go ahead. Let's jump into NHL. Hey, we predicted it. Tampa Bay pulled that game off last night, 6-2. They won. They're back in Amalie Arena. It's a very tough environment. So next game they'll be in Tampa. They'll be in Tampa, right?
Yeah, for Game 4.
Yeah. So they'll have their 2 games in Tampa now. Well, one more game now. So we'll see if they can tie this up. I don't think they're going down without a fight. So I still think they're going to win this series. They can still win this series in 6 games. You know that.
Yeah.
So our prediction could still be right. So
it ain't over till
Colorado, I really believe they just came hot out of that game. Like, oh yeah, we're here playing the defending champs, and they're just too hot to try. And they came out and they shot that puck everywhere. And they got Vasilevsky, overwhelmed, and that happens time to time. But it looked like the tables definitely turned last night because Tampa came out and said no way. And they beat them handfully, 6-2. So
yeah,
it's like that.
Big thing is, Matt, and we talked about how many times during the show and every other sports or hockey writer's been talking about it. This playoffs has been a tale of home teams and road teams, and it's trying to continue last night where the home team came out and performed. If you're comparing what happened in Game 2 compared to what Tampa did in Game 3, it's night and day because they got drilled in Game 2. And they come out last night and put up 6-2, and they pretty much respond with a beatdown of their own. I know it's a little bit closer, 6-2, but their guys, the Stamkos, Kucherov, and all the guys, Vasilevsky and Maroon and all them guys, they came up and showed a play, which we expected. And I think Stamkos was talking after the game like, hey, we heard all the noise that, we got beat down, obviously, and we heard all the noise about Colorado. They're a hard place to play. We know that. But we heard all this stuff about, hey, they seem unbeatable. And he's like, they're a tough place to play, too, in Colorado, but it's also hard to play here, too, which it is. Because I know a whole lot of people think of Tampa area, and I was there last year, so I know this. A lot of people think of it as just, a nonchalant Florida area. They don't care about sports. Everywhere you looked, I know that's because last year they were in another cup run, and they won the year before.
Most significant sports town in Florida.
Yeah.
The Buccaneers, they won a Super Bowl within the past couple of years.
Yep.
They have Brady. You have Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
And the Tampa Bay Rays were just in a World Series, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
So that's the most, I get, Miami. The Dolphins have sucked, for a while. They haven't made it into the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Heat have been really the only thing there, that's it.
Yeah.
The Marlins suck too. So
But I mean, I know last year they were in, like, when I was around their time, it was around the time they were in the finals, and
Yeah,
they won it the year before. So I know it's easy to get all involved when the team wins, but you saw a lot of Lightning stuff here, flags, car stickers. Everybody likes the Lightning down there,
oh yeah,
and more so, you can even argue they like it more than the Buccaneers because a lot of people argue that it wouldn't, oh, hockey down in Florida doesn't make sense. They get into it down there, and I think
they
it's,
sure do. They
their
sure do,
their
and it's
environment's just as
beautiful
good as
down there
Colorado.
too. It's
Yeah,
beautiful. So it's beautiful and hot down there. So people like.
yeah,
I mean, people like a little bit of cold.
to get
Go to
inside.
these hockey
Yeah,
games, you know.
yeah,
So that arena they play in, Amalie Arena, like it's beautiful. You've seen it. Have you seen it?
oh yeah,
It's beautiful where it is. It's right there by the bay. It's nice. It's a beautiful area where it's at. So I mean, I've been in Florida, but I haven't been in Tampa Bay. I'd love to go to Tampa Bay. So yeah, Tampa Bay right now is the top little area in Florida. I mean, Jacksonville hasn't done anything. Jacksonville only has a football team.
yeah.
So that's
But
it.
I obviously last night was big because you don't want to go down 3-0. So they came, and obviously,
The next game's gonna be big too because they don't want to
yeah,
go down 3-1. You want to tie this up.
yeah.
So
I mean, it's a little bit easy. It's still hard, but it's somewhat.
yeah,
It happens more often in hockey to come back from 3-1 than in any other sport. But you don't want to. Regardless, you don't want to lose last night. And you see, every home team's won so far through the first 3 games. You want to. Everybody says the series doesn't start until somebody loses at home. So if Tampa loses at home, you could argue the series starts, and maybe the series could be over at that point at 3-1. But they pretty much they got to repeat what they did last night. I think if they want to even the series because. Matt, I feel a lot more comfortable going back to Colorado tied 2-2 than going down 3-1, going back to Colorado. So this next game just as important as last night was.
yeah,
But last night they came out and did what I thought they would do. They came out and at home, they pretty much washed away that 7-0 blowout. They didn't. I heard they didn't watch much film on it. They pretty much threw it away, cleared their mind, came home and played their brand of hockey.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
I didn't watch the game, but I saw the last 5 minutes of it, and I was like,
yeah.
oh, I'm not surprised they won.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised either. So, I'm glad they bounced back. I like this Tampa team. I do. So they gotta keep going. I like this dynasty to continue. So I don't want to see it stop, especially by a little snot nosed team like Colorado. I don't want to see them win it. But they are. That's what they are.
I mean, but I keep reminding people that I've said it with Golden State. I use it with my arguments for them in the playoffs and in the finals when I was going up against Alec. There's a reason that Tampa Bay is in this spot, and they've been in the spot the last couple of years. Because once you know, I mean, we know because the one year I think, 2016 we played them in the playoffs, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
up until then, from then up until when they just won it a couple years ago, their first one. They were building and building and building for it, just like Colorado has been. So there's a reason that they won the last 2 cups. That they're back here now and they won last night because they're experienced and they know what they're doing. They've went through the hard times and went through the good times. So it's not an accident that they responded last night at home. They're still showing the series. I know they're still losing 2-1, but there's a reason why they are where they are.
Yep, that's true. Vasilevsky, he did pretty good last night. I believe where is it? It's 37 saves on his counterpart. 2 goals allowed, but I'm only 37 saves. So I mean they didn't get a lot of shots off.
No.
So look at how many. I mean, look it over on the on the Colorado.
Darcy Kemper had a terrible game.
Huh?
Kemper had a terrible game.
Kemper had a very terrible game.
I think he got pulled at some point.
Yeah, he did. So. I mean, yeah.
That's a huge bounce back for Vasilevsky.
Yeah.
Because he's the guy we've been talking about that at least I think he's the best goalie in the league.
I think he is.
And he comes out, that might have been the worst game of his career in that last game, 7-0. And he, like I said, he didn't get pulled, so he was in there for all 7 goals. So he was responsible for all of them. Like you said last night, he comes out and only gives up 2 goals. 39 shots on him. So so it's 37 saves. That's good. It's a good bounce back for a guy like him.
There is. Sure, Stamkos, I mean, he had a goal last night and an assist. Perry had a goal.
Yep.
I mean, Pallet and Paul had a goal too. Maroon, you remember good old? I think his name's Pat Maroon.
Yep.
From the Blues.
Yep.
I love him on this team. So
yeah. He was there when they won the cup, right?
Huh?
He was there when they won it a couple years ago, right? St. Louis?
Yeah. So I like that. I like what he's been doing. So hopefully, all these guys can carry Tampa to another win, and the series will be tied.
I believe he was on that team in 19, and he was with them the last two cups. So he's won 3 in a row.
A lot of teams.
He's won 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's been with a lot of teams too.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But they got a lot of guys to step up last night, obviously. 6-2.
They sure did.
And they needed it.
Yeah, they really did. He's an old man too. He's like 34 years old. They call him the Big Rig.
Yeah.
I think that's funny. He's definitely a fan favorite wherever he goes. I'd love Pittsburgh to get this guy for a little bit. You know, he's kind of like in my opinion, he's kind of like he's like a Jeff Carter a little bit.
Tough guy.
Yeah, Jeff Carter's sick. We need to get a cup with Jeff Carter, man.
We do.
That'd be sick.
Get healthy and peace away, and we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But all right, let's go ahead. Let's move out of hockey here. Next game is tomorrow, so we'll see. We'll go from there. We won't be.
Oh, is it tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday. We'll be on tomorrow.
See, I like that in hockey. They do every other day, not like basketball. They have 3 days
in
between.
Well, there was that.
Between 1 and 2, there was like 3 days. That's because basketball had played Thursday.
Yeah. But all right, let's jump into baseball. Let's talk about this Scrappers team. What is going on? They've lost 5 in a row. They're 10-6. They lost last night to Trenton. Man, they blew that game too. They were up 4-2.
Well, did you see that home run that was hit to tie it?
Yeah, I did.
I couldn't see it. Was it fair?
It sure was fair. You know, all the fans were booing and stuff, of course.
Yeah.
You know, I was sitting up there with our own Richie Giuliano watching it. I was clocked out. You know, I was done for the night, so I went up and listened to him. By the way, man, he knows what he's doing.
Richie does a good job.
This guy prints out Excel. He's got everything written down on
Dude, I know. I'm in there when he's getting all his stuff ready. He's taping everything down.
5 pages of notes that he writes. Like he keeps talking. He knows how to.
Well, when you're by yourself, you have to find things.
Himself. I've learned some new stuff from him. I'm gonna take notes on that. But Zach DeCenzo for the Scrappers. He's from Marlington. You know, that's nearby.
He's going to Ohio State, right?
Yeah, he played for Ohio State. Richie called him when YSU went and played Ohio State.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. The one guy for Trenton, actually played for Iowa, the Hawkeyes.
I did see that. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you learn new stuff. But 10-6, we had a lot of guys leave. Sam Beers is gone. Who's the other guy?
Sean Tillman's gone. Owen Jackson's gone.
Sean Tillman's gone now.
Yeah.
Man.
Owen Jackson's gone.
There was a junior. What was his name?
I got the roster right here.
Okay. I forget his name. But yeah. They still have Buck Anderson is still there. That dude is going to be something. He had a heck of a game last night. But they're up 4-2 and ended up losing the game.
Mark Herron.
Huh?
Mark Herron Jr.
Yeah, Mark Herron Jr. Yeah. He's gone now. But now you got to tell me, where did these guys go? Like,
I'm trying to learn this stuff. I had to talk to Jordan about it.
Some of them had 10-day contracts because they signed on full-time players, but the ones that but these full-time players couldn't come and play immediately, so they signed these guys like Sam Beers and Mark Herron Jr. to like 10-day contracts. Same with Sean Tillman.
Yeah.
And then, the 10 days are over and these full-time guys are here now. And, it's different. I don't think the chemistry's there right now. I think they're not, because these guys who had 10-day contracts had been with them longer. So,
you know what, Matt? Let's put it this way.
So
we talked all year about how Atlanta had to adjust about not having Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
And that was one guy. They lost how many guys and bring in different guys. So they have a bunch of new faces, not just one.
Yeah.
So that's an adjustment. I mean, and these guys are high school players, college players that learn how to play.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this league isn't really too much about winning. It's about
No,
development.
about getting experience.
It's about development and getting drafted and getting some experience playing different types of people from all over the country. That's what it's about. But you still want to win, and you bring in a pretty good amount of your roster that's leaving, and you bring in other people. That's hard. That's why when I was talking about for this playoff format, the team with the best record in the regular season in the first half, the second half it's an entirely different team. So you could be in the championship game in the first based off the first half and suck in the second half and still make it.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Scrappers right now are tied for first. William, the Crosscutters lost last night, so they didn't overtake us. We're both 10-6. We gotta hang on. We got another game tonight, so against Trenton. So let's see if we can hang on. You know, we were up in that game yesterday, and just was one swing of the bat, it was tied, and then we just couldn't bounce back. I think we got a lot of the, a lot of our momentum kicked out of us. Like, wow, he just shot a rocket out there. Late in the game, they thought they had it, but they didn't. So I get that type of stuff. Now, that ball was fair. I jumped out right out of that booth pretty much to see it, and I just saw it hooking right. So it
got out pretty fast.
It did. Yeah.
It went right down the line.
Yeah. So it was going left, but that last moment, it kicked over.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But
I mean,
Richie was hanging out that window. He was like, and the umpire, he said, like, the umpire says fair. So, but
whatever they say goes, I guess.
That's fair. He then, after we went off, he was like, was that fair? I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Nobody could tell. I couldn't tell either.
Yeah, and you guys were more straight on than we were. So
yeah, but first of all, those poles are pretty short. They need to raise those a little bit.
Yeah, they do.
And I couldn't tell if it because
it went over. It went over the pole.
Did it? Because I couldn't tell if it like hooked inside the wall or if it went over it and hooked it. I couldn't tell.
It went over into that bullpen there. So, yeah.
I couldn't tell, but I mean, like you said, they lost last night though. They're still tied for first place.
Yeah.
The good thing is last night, Matt, they started out trailing again, and most of their games they started out trailing and they find ways to come back, and they did come back, but they just couldn't finish it.
We got new guys that just gotta sink in and see what happens. But I gotta step off real quick, so I'll be right back.
Go ahead.
All right, take it away. Let's talk about the Scrappers.
I got you. But like I was saying with Matt, and if anybody's been, especially the home games this year, it seems like they usually start out trailing by a couple runs, and they get a couple half innings, they come back and take the lead. Last night it was a different story. They took the lead and ended up losing the game. But you can argue if that that helps the team because most of their games are trailing. They find ways to come back. They fight back, put good at bats together. And there's gonna be some games where they can't do that. So you can't win them all. You can't come back from deficits all the time. But you gotta. The key to baseball is you want to try to start out in the lead. To make your pitcher comfortable, have them pitching out there with the lead to make things less stressful on them. But they haven't done that so far. They've been able to overcome that. I know we were talking about their roster's gotten taken apart. So we'll see if this next this next group of guys can continue that trend. And I know it's something that you don't want to do starting out trailing, but if you find ways to come back, as long as you put a W up, that's all that matters. But I think that's all we got with Scrappers, though, so we'll get into Major League Baseball, I think, when Matt comes back. But I got to start out while he's away. I'll probably mention it when he comes back here, but I got to start with my team last night, the Pirates, because they won last night 12-1. It's very rare that they beat a team by that many runs, so that's why I got to bring it up. But obviously I got to start with the debut O'Neal Cruz. We talked about it yesterday. He's amazing. He's going to be – I'm trying to keep cool here, not get ahead of myself because I am a Pirate fan, but it's going to be exciting to see what he can do. And I know that last night they had Bly Madrid, so I'll talk about his debut too. I don't want to overshadow him, but the season debut for O'Neal Cruz because he was up last year at the end of the season for reward purposes. So this was not his actual MLB debut, but it was his season debut. He had 2 hits last night. I don't know if anybody saw the clip, but the ground ball that was hit to him at shortstop, I think it was in the second or third inning. He had to get it off pretty quick, and he did it pretty quick. He threw from shortstop to first base in 97 miles an hour. He threw the ball that fast. So you don't see that much from shortstop. I think that was the hardest thrown ball by any infielder this season to first base, any infielder that makes that throw. But That was crazy. And some of the exit velos he has on his hits. I think one last night was 113 or 116 miles an hour off the bat. What's up?
What's up? I'm back.
No, I wrapped up with the scrappers and we didn't have nothing else. But
Okay.
um, I brought it up. I wanted to wait till you came in, but I brought it up anyways. I had to talk about O'Neal Cruz last night, Matt.
Oh man, he's got speed. The dude
I
can
didn't
fly.
even get to
I know
that
they
part
threw him
yet.
out at third base, but the dude is flying.
Yeah,
So
I didn't even get to that part yet. I was talking about first. I was starting out with some of his like stats. They're insane because he had the fastest recorded ball thrown to the first baseman this year, 97 miles an hour from shortstop
Yeah,
by any infielder. That's just crazy.
like
He had to get it off fast. And he
that's
did.
like a half a blink in the balls there.
That's a pitcher. I mean, that's a pitcher. And then last night, I think he had one hit off the bat. His first, I think it might have been that triple he hit. It was he got thrown out, but 113 mile an hour exit velo. That's pretty crazy. I mean, some of the numbers he puts together they're going to be scary. I think the only guy that's hit a ball fast this year is Giancarlo Stanton. So it's going to be crazy.
Crazy. I mean, everything's crazy in baseball. So I mean, that's the way it is. But I mean, the Pirates. I like how they're bringing all these young guys up. Yeah, they're still under 500 right now.
They're going to struggle.
I mean, huh?
They're going to still struggle.
They're going to struggle. Wait till all these guys. I mean, all these guys already played with each other, down in the minor leagues. So that chemistry's already there. They just gotta, sink in. Get used to playing these big league pitchers.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm gonna jump over to the Guardians real quick here. Franmil Reyes should be back in the lineup tonight, and they said that he was doing really good and stuff. I'm like, yeah, he's playing against minor league guys. Half of these guys are gonna be back in groceries in like 3 months. So yeah, he's going 3 for 5 and stuff. Bring him back up here and see what he can do because he stunk. So maybe this rehab assignment can actually do something, good for him. But I mean, that's all I got there.
Well,
much to talk about.
If we're gonna move, I mean, I'll stay with the Pirates because we can move out of him. But I wanted to mention one thing because I don't want to overshadow him because O'Neal Cruz made his season debut last night, not his major league debut. Because last year he came up at the end. So, and that's what I was saying when you were out. But they also caught up Bly Madris last night with him, and he had a good spring training. I remember him in spring training, and he had. I forget some of his stats, but his stats were really good before they called him up and down to AAA. So they bring him up last night. He has 3 hits. He actually had the first RBI of the night. So and he had 3 hits in his debut. Nice diving catch out in the outfield. So again, these guys they're gonna. I'm not trying to get ahead of myself because I know last night was good. If you're going up based off Sunday and last night, these 2 games might actually be like something that starts something for this team. Maybe not right away, but it could be games that you look back on and say, hey, this is actually what started this whatever you call it, resurgence or whatever you want to call it. And last night, bringing up 2 guys that performed well. Matt, it's not like you bring up these guys, put them in the lineup, and they struggle and strike out twice and line out. They produced last night. And they were a big reason why they put up 12 runs. They probably put up half of those runs themselves.
What'd they win? 12-1.
Yeah, and they don't win by that much often. I was listening on the way home from work last night. I was listening to the last half inning, and they were actually saying the Pirates, out of any team this year, have been in the closest games in terms of 1-run games, 2-run games. They don't blow teams out. So yeah, it was fun to watch last night. I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm trying not to.
You talking about that Madris guy too?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's something too. They just brought him up too. They brought up Cruz and him.
Yeah.
So keep bringing up these younger guys, and you know what they need right now? They need like a Hall of Fame manager. Honestly,
I don't like Derek Shelton at all. I don't.
No, he's horrible. So they need a guy. They kind of need a guy like Terry Francona. Like Cleveland brought him in about a decade ago, and they were kind of they didn't know what kind of team they were, and he came in and he made that real quick. Like, hey, we're here to win. 3 years later, they were in a World Series. So, they need somebody like that. A bunch of guys just got fired. So I'm not saying Joe Girard is.
I'd take anybody over Derek Shelton, honestly.
Yeah,
it's more than just X's and O's and stuff like that. Baseball's getting all analytical.
Honestly, I don't think that whole Philly situation was all his fault either, because he's a big name manager and he's in there with a bunch of big name players. Bryce Harper. I mean, even what was his name for the Cubs? Was really big back in the day.
Schwarber.
Yeah, Schwarber. I mean,
Yeah.
you have big heads there. Hoskins there too. So all those big name guys, and you have a big name manager. They're all fighting over control, and in the end, they all blamed it on the manager. If you throw him with the Pirates, I mean, these guys aren't these. There's no MVP type players here. They're just here to play baseball and try and win games. So maybe you can bring something there. So
and the thing is, and I always say this with the Penguins, Matt, is you have to have some type of personality like your team. Like you can't have all these guys that are just quiet and not like outgoing. I mean, because right now like Brian Reynolds isn't the most talkative guy. Key Brian Hayes is a quiet guy.
Mm-hmm.
O'Neal Cruz doesn't have a huge personality, but he's a guy that's obviously we saw last night brings energy, and they need that. So if you bring, like you said, if you bring in a manager like Joe Girardi, who's worked with younger guys, I know when he won the World Series with the Yankees, Derek Jeter was on his way down, but there was younger guys on the team that they developed too, and he's more of a player friendly manager. And Derek Shelton is too. I'll say that about him. He seems like he has good relationships with the players, but it's more than just that. Like analytical baseball is getting. I mean, bringing in pitchers. It's about managing a lineup, managing a bullpen, managing a pitching staff. That's stuff you have to be good at. He's not good at. If you're going based off what he does this year, I wouldn't even be surprised if he didn't have Cruz and Majerus in the lineup tonight. Because young guys come out and perform, and it seems like every time that happens, they don't get it. They don't get a chance to go out there and do it again, because they just put somebody else in.
Yeah.
So.
That's it. That's all I got. I talked about my Guardians yesterday. We
Hey, you got a big series coming up tonight.
Yeah, against the Twins tonight. We could, if we win, I mean, we're gonna be tied for first, so we could potentially be in first place after this series. I think they're gonna come out hot and attack this Twins team. They just took 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers, so their heads are high. They can't let that go to their heads though, because the Twins will still kick your butt if you let them.
Yeah.
So they've done that before, but
I'm looking at the matchup tonight. You got Savali pitching tonight. That's not a great. I think he's actually ERA wise their worst pitcher.
Yeah, I still like his potential though.
I do too. Yeah.
Look at Zach Plesac. He wasn't. I mean, the best type of pitcher. I still like what he can do. His ERA wasn't there, and he came up and pitched great. Again, gave him great 6 innings against the Dodgers. So, we'll just have to see.
But that would be good to see. I mean, hey, even for somebody that's like him that hasn't had a great year, 7.84 ERA. If you don't have, I mean, there's no better chance to come out and redeem yourself than tonight in a big series in Game 1. So,
this can't
see what he does. I'm trying to see what they got lined up for the next 2 games too.
Yeah.
Yeah. McKenzie on Thursday, and then on Wednesday, and then
they're going strong right now. They swept Colorado. Here they are, take 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. They're going straight. They're moving in a straight line. They just can't get tickled. So
yeah,
they can't get agitated.
We'll see what they do. We keep talking about it's picture. You got
it's baseball. Anybody can
8 games. Win. 8 games against the Twins in the next week or so.
Yeah,
and the Red Sox mixed in.
In between there, you got Boston and the Yankees. So it's gonna be tough.
Hey, we talked about it yesterday. They started out good.
We had that bet. What was that bet? If we beat the Yankees, but took 2 out of 3 of the Yankees, I'm drinking.
I don't know. You made that. What was that bet?
Well, I don't think it was with the Dodgers. With the Yankees, they take 2 out. If they win the series, I'm drinking beer on the show.
I told you. I'm not involved with them because I'm not a Cleveland fan, but I'll do it with you. I don't think Alec was in on that.
No, he's the one that said it, so.
Hey, I said I'd do it too, and he didn't deny it, so I'll do it.
Yeah.
We got to do that.
All right, we got half an hour left. We talked NBA draft yesterday, but that's Thursday. We won't talk too much about that.
We talked about it a little bit yesterday, but
yeah. So hey,
have you been keeping up with golf at all?
Here and there.
What do you think about the new league that they're making?
NASCAR too, a little bit, but there was that huge, a lot of the big names withdrew from the PGA, so
Well,
I don't
we
know if
could
you
we
heard
could do
about
that
that. Dustin
because
Johnson quit the PGA. What was this? What was that tour?
Brooks Koepka left today too
Yeah, Brooks Koepka left. A lot of big names are leaving the PGA.
for that
So
Live Golf tournament.
yeah, what is it?
What, the name of the league?
Yeah,
It's like some Saudi league. It's called LIV, Live Golf. I think that's what they call it.
yeah, something like that. I think it's I don't know. They're playing in that. Don't they play in like Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, but I think I don't know if they like
For
tour at all.
controversial Saudi-backed golf series. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's backed by Saudi Arabia, and it's an uproar in the golf world. That's what it says right here.
It is. It's pretty. I've been trying to follow it a little bit. I don't know everything about it, but it seems like PGA's if they pretty much said if you go join this league, you're banned. You're not playing in the PGA anymore. There's no like both. You got to pick one or the other. And they're getting this league.
A bunch of golf stars have left though.
Because you want to know why? Because they want more money, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Because it seems like PGA guys they don't get paid that much, and it feels like.
Yeah. Phil Mickelson left. Phil Mickelson went and joined. Brooks Koepka, you just said. So.
Well, Mickelson was like one of the key guys in like making this league.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
Yeah.
He was like one of the key guys in making it, and I don't blame My biggest thing is if you.
So that means that Johnson and Mickelson and Koepka can't do the Masters anymore. Can't do the U.S. Open. No Ryder Cup or anything like that.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't think I agree with that. I don't know.
I don't either. I think they should have the chance to play both. And my thing is, if you have a chance to make more money, I don't know why you're getting penalized for that. Because if I'm in the PGA, Matt, and I'm a guy like, we'll use Jason Kokrak because he's from around here.
Yeah.
If I'm a guy like him, he's won a couple championships, but it's like, am I going to make that much money if I'm here for like how many years playing golf for the PGA, where I can just go make a bunch of money right away for this other league? I would do it too.
Yeah, and still be allowed to, but I would make sure I was still allowed to come back and play in the PGA.
I don't know, but I don't know if I haven't read too much about that yet, so I don't know all those details. But
me either.
It's all these guys that left so far. They're not in the PGA anymore.
Nope.
You can't be in both. They said you have to pick one or the other. But like I said, if you have an opportunity to make more money in anything, that's like you. If you had a job right now and you had another job out there offering you more money, wouldn't you take it?
Yeah.
Doing the exact same thing, I would do it too.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big thing. If you have a chance to make more money, why not? But yeah, I just saw it today. Brooks Koepka left, and that's a big name.
There's a lot of big names that are leaving. Like it's not like everybody's like, oh, it's like the USFL. You get a bunch of nobodies who are going to go play. Like these are big names going to play. So we'll have to see. I don't know. You want to talk about NASCAR?
You can't go ahead. I don't know too much about it, but
okay.
I'll pick it back whenever you say.
I just pulled it up right now. The points right now, actually Chase Elliott looks like to be number one in the points right now. Ross Chastain and Kyle Busch, and then Ryan Blaney and then Logano run up your top five. So other guys are Christopher Bell, Kevin Harvick is 12th. So
yeah. Where are they at right now? Are they almost done?
I'm looking.
Because I don't know about NASCAR. So, and how's the point system work?
Like if you win a race.
Like you just said, like points. Like what does that go by?
So, the points, I believe, like I think it's like it's every stage you win, you get some points. I forget how many points it is, but like the points leaders, these are the guys you got to qualify for the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what it is. So let's look NASCAR schedule.
Yeah, I know you're a big NASCAR guy.
I mean, I'm watching. They didn't have a race this past week, but I know the week before they were in Sonoma, I believe. I think the road course in California. So I know I'm not the biggest NASCAR guy. So
more than I am.
My dad likes it. My dad watches it more than I do. So looks like let's see, Cup Series. Actually, it looks like they're going to be at Sonoma this week. Oh, wait, no. Daniel Suarez won at Sonoma. Busher got second. Kevin Harvick got fourth. So Austin Cindric got fifth as well. Oh, your boy McDowell got third.
Oh, yeah?
You keep up. We were making NASCAR picks at the beginning, but we just kind of stopped doing that.
We can bring that back.
Yeah, we can bring it back, I guess, But
I was just picking him because I didn't know anybody, and he didn't have the best odds.
Yeah.
So. But we can move NFL if you want to do that because there's some Deshaun Watson news.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do Deshaun Watson.
He so I guess from what they were saying today that I think
I don't care too much about him. Like I don't care.
I don't care either, but just we can talk about that because the Browns always mess up. But
look, now I do know this. Oh wait. Settles all but 4 civil sexual misconduct suits. Attorney says. So he settled. So what's that mean? Like,
I guess
I know he paid. That means he paid him, but like
that's what they're saying. I was trying to hear it today, but I didn't pay attention too much to it. That he must have paid them something. Yeah,
I guess. Now here's the thing, just because like I always use the what year was it? 1919. The Chicago White Sox. They call them the Black Sox. They gambled and stuff like that. They were paid to lose in that World Series. So they remember when they went to court and stuff like that, and they got found not guilty in court, which is one thing. But here, the MLB came in and did their thing. The MLB said, "Oh, you're banned" and stuff like that. So yeah, in civil court he's clear, but the NFL still has the power to punish him. So
I think that's what a lot of people are talking about too. Is like all this stuff was going on. It seemed like the Browns are like trying to do their own thing with it, but a lot of people are like mad. Like, what is the NFL doing? They're not making any decisions here. Because remember when that Ray Rice thing went on and he got suspended, and then a couple years later that video came out and they suspended him again.
Yeah.
Like they were so quick to suspend him again after they did it the first time, but they didn't do anything with Watson. I think it got up to 24 people. That's a lot of people, Matt.
Yeah.
It's not like it's just one or two. And you've seen them suspend people for like half a season off just one or two people. This guy had 24. Whether they were true or not, they still said something. And that's why I don't understand, like, when the Browns made the trade, it made no sense to me because I don't understand why the NFL would allow somebody like that to even be up for trade when all this stuff's going on. But I don't know. And they're still saying that they said the end of last week that he could still get suspended for a decent amount of time. So I don't know.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But
and they got all the Baker stuff going on too. So they don't have who's going to be their quarterback. We don't know.
I don't know. Joe Schmo.
Oh, by the way, though, I don't know. I'll just throw this in here. Last day, since we're talking quarterbacks, the Steelers rookie draft class was the Pirates game last night.
Oh, really?
Pickett was there.
Okay.
He was. They were interviewing him.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's about it. All I got. I hate to shut the show down like 20 minutes early, but I mean, we don't have anything else to talk about. There's nothing else. We threw NASCAR in here. I mean, we talked football. I mean, so.
You talked your cooking stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about cooking.
I don't either. You throw that in the beginning.
Yeah. But that's all we got here for today, everybody. I'm Matt Morrison here with Mike Wolfgang. We won't be on tomorrow, so we'll be here Thursday, though. So we'll try and plan this a little bit better.
We'll talk draft Thursday.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk the NBA draft Thursday. But everybody have a good day, and we'll see y'all later. If you have anything else to do tonight, come on YSN, listen to our own Richie Giuliano call the Scrappers tonight.
Or come to the game.
Yeah, or just come to the game, yeah. And also tune into Power Hour coming up next on YSN Live. But we'll see y'all later. It's a beautiful day out, so get outside.